Yeah.
Static Selector.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of 2.5 Asians.
ASMR edition?
It's 1 in the morning here in Sacramento, California. Hope you guys are ready for this podcast. I feel like a lot of people can relate to this one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people have these things. We're doing a pet peeves podcast, the triple P. We're gonna be going around the table and telling each other our biggest pet peeves. Should I start us off? Or?
I guess so. What, JD, have you thought of any yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Which one should I do? Okay, this is a good one. Loud ass motherfuckers in the movie theater.
Oh,
Yeah,
bro.
that was one of them.
That's just terrible. I have a good story for that one. So like movie theaters were doing that $3 movies
Okay.
deal,
Mhm.
right? So me and Haley we watched like 3 movies in one day, and then the first movie theater, the girls right next to us, the Pete Davidson was in the movie that we were watching, and every time he was on screen,
They're
were
squealing or something?
they're like squealing or like commenting on what he's saying.
Mm.
And I'm like, bro, can you please? They're like speaking out loud, not even whispering to each other. And I was like, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, God. And then the next movie we watched was the Spider-Man extended version. And the people behind us, she had her, I don't know if like younger brothers or kids with them. Those kids would not shut up. And they were like running up and down. And like, I was like, oh. But this is what you get when you get $3 tickets, you know?
Yeah, it's like comes with the territory.
Yeah. It's just annoying.
You know which, dude, I totally agree with you. You know which experience I'm remembering? What movie did we watch together with the Edgars behind us?
Oh, I don't remember, but
Bro,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, so it was like, I assume they were in high school? I would say.
Probably.
Yeah, so like me and Seth were watching a movie, and there was these Edgars like directly behind. One kept kicking my chair, bro. I remember that, and they were just like talking and laughing, like super out loud too, like not even amongst themselves, just
Like they weren't even like watching the movie.
Yeah,
'Cause
they
they
were
kept
laughing
going
at
in and out
something
of the
else.
bathroom too. And
yeah.
like,
So yeah, that definitely ruined my experience to a degree, bro.
Jalen, how do you feel about?
Oh yeah, no, I hate that shit. Like I'm one of those people that get really like locked in when I'm watching movies, especially in theaters.
Yeah.
So like I don't talk, I don't eat, like I'm just like hella staring at the screen. But so like if someone is like messing with that, it kind of just like ticks me off.
Yeah, I think it's like I tend to get, I wouldn't say mad or per se, but it's like, you know, like I actually paid for this movie, bro. Like, you know, it's not part
Yeah,
of my
that's
like
a-
subscription to a service. Like I'm actually paying for this ticket and you're ruining it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nicholas.
All right, I think we're just running. Okay. My first one that I wrote is when someone says never mind after saying that
Oh.
like they have something to tell you, bruh.
Yeah.
I hate that shit. Like,
Do you hate it more when it's like the person, like say I said never mind, it's because you didn't hear me?
I
the
think
first
either
time?
or, like,
Still-
but no.
still
I would
annoying
say
either
like
way?
it's more annoying when they intended to tell you something, but then they just end up never doing it because
Yeah.
like at least for what you just mentioned,
Mhm.
they were trying to tell me. I just either couldn't hear or I wasn't paying attention.
And usually in those situations too, it's something small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's not even worth bringing it up anymore. But it'll be
Yeah.
like, bro, guess what, bro? I mean, you know what? Never
Nah,
mind.
never
Or some
mind,
shit
no.
like that. I was like, bro, I'd be so fucking heated because like you can't stop there, bro. Like you gotta
Yeah.
finish the story, bro.
Leaving you on a cliffhanger.
Exactly, bro.
That shit's annoying for sure.
Yeah.
Jalen?
The first one that came to my mind was smacking your lips when you're eating.
Mm.
I hate that sound. It's like,
Mm.
oh god.
Do you hate it with like gum too?
No, gum isn't as bad because at least it's like, I don't know. I just don't like it when people are like, I can see what you're chewing for one, then that sound also is just like so annoying, so irritating.
You know, it's kind of funny, Seth. I remember when I was younger, sometimes in school, when I'm chewing gum, I would low-key be like chewing with my mouth open. I don't know why. I guess it was like just to flex that I have gum. Like, oh, I'm chewing gum. I can see that. I think sometimes I unintentionally smack. So
No,
I know
mean,
my dad,
unintentionally,
dude.
it's
My
just-
dad is a big like lip smacker, but anything he eats, you can always hear that he's eating, bro. It doesn't matter.
All right. I have one is a repetition, but it's like, to be more specific about it, it's like people with bad memory that I have to like repeat myself, or like people that don't pay attention to what I say, and that I have to like keep repeating myself.
Mm-hmm.
This happens a lot with my parents. Like,
I heard it today.
like I have to like tell them, I have to make sure I have their full attention
Mm-hmm.
when I tell them something, like one of my plans, or else they're gonna forget. And I hate, like, I always have to like, bro, I literally told you this like yesterday, bro. I'm going here. Okay. And then they get mad. Like, we're just asking.
Yeah.
Come on, Dad. I know you watch this podcast. Fix your memory.
I mean, yeah, I can see that. Oddly enough, there's not really someone in my life that is like that, where I need to constantly remind them or repeat myself about things. So
Haley has a bad memory. I gotta repeat myself with her too.
that,
Shame on you.
that temple damage.
Probably, honestly. I think it's like, because she already had bad memory before that. It probably like amplified it.
It just exacerbated that. Sorry, Haley.
All right. You're next, Nick.
Okay. Maybe I'll just go in order. Oh yes. If you're like on the freeway or road, and then there's cars that drive side by side at the same speed, so you can't pass them.
Oh.
Bro, that shit always bugs me, bro. Like, especially if like you're on a freeway and they're both driving, like it's a 2-lane road, and they're both driving speed limit. It's like, bro.
That's like, that goes with one of mine. I have scared drivers. Sorry to skip you, Jay, but like it connects. Like, I hate people that like are scared of other cars when they drive. Cause like, for me, when I drive, I feel like connected with my car. So like, I feel one with the car.
Yeah, it's like an
Like-
extension of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, Haley knows this. I hate when Haley drives. Like, I have to like, that's why I go to sleep, so I don't like get annoyed. But then she hates that I go to sleep because she has no one to talk to.
Yeah.
But like, I can't, bro. She gets scared of other people like going into intersections, like turning into like go 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 go, and she's like scared because cars are coming, but they're like hella far away, right? Like stuff like that. I'm like, bro, just go. Or like, she's scared to change lanes, and like she does it, so she drives slow. She stays in the slow lane the whole time.
The intersection one I can definitely see, because I'm low-key like that, but I'm not a scared driver. I'm like an overly cautious driver.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what she is, then, overly cautious.
Like,
too.
I feel like, especially like sometimes when it comes to parking, I've driven my car for a couple years now, but even to this day, like, I feel like I still keep underestimating its size. Like, it's like, oh, like I don't want to keep going, or else like I'll hit the curb and scratch the car, right? And then like when I go out, I was like, oh, I actually had a lot of room. Like, let me get back in and go forward a couple inches or something.
Yeah,
that happens to me a lot.
The thing also, I'm not saying Haley's a bad driver. I'm just saying I don't like the way she drives, which doesn't make her a bad driver. But I do hate bad drivers. People
I
that
think
be
that's
like,
across the board, bro.
yeah, people that be swerving in and out, like slow drivers,
like cutting
too.
up and shit. Yeah,
like
just
that shit's stupid.
I think, yeah,
That's when you're like just not caring about safety.
I think like slow can at least be somewhat justified if you remain in the right lane at all times.
Yeah.
Because like, oh, maybe you're a new driver on the freeway or something, and you're not comfortable yet. Okay, you know,
like even
it's-
early. Oh, sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, like it's still annoying, but like at least like what you're doing is reasonable.
Yeah, like even earlier today when we were on the way home, the first time from the golf course, Nick left his hydro flask. We had to go
Yeah.
back, but there was like someone in the one next to the carpool, and they were going like 58. And I was like, bro, what are you doing, bro?
This is night. It's like less traffic. You can go a little
Yeah.
bit faster, bro.
Stupid. All right, Jalen.
On the topic of drivers, whenever people don't use their signal, that shit
BMW
pisses
drivers?
me off, bro. I cannot. Like, it's one thing if you cut me off, like, but if you signal, like, if you gave me some kind of intent, I'm like, okay, fine, like, I'll let you slide. But when you just,
I only don't use my signal when there's like not a car anywhere nearby.
no, yeah,
I still do it instinctively.
Yeah.
yeah, me
instinctive.
too. But like,
I think for me, I also like, I don't necessarily mind it if someone like if there's like a decent gap between us, right? Like if you're not cutting me off.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Like, if there's like a sizable distance, like maybe like 2 car plus distance, okay, like I can understand like you didn't feel the need to because like there's no way I would have potentially hit you anyway. But like if you're like, like rush hour type shit where you're trying to weave into whatever and you do that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna get pissed.
No, honestly, all the time.
Going back again with
It's cars too.
cars, yeah. Backseat drivers, bruh.
Mm.
My mom and my grandma are the biggest backseat drivers, bruh. It's so annoying. Like, it's like when I'm driving and then traffic hits, right? And I start to brake, but I'm like, they think I'm super close, and they like do that like super scream. They're like, "Oh my god, we're gonna hit the car!" I'm like, "Bro, oh my god, we're not gonna hit the car."
And if we were, how is that helping?
Yeah. If we were, I would be screaming too. Yeah. Or like my grandma, when I lived in San Jose for college the first year, we used to come to SAC every weekend, and she would always be like, checking my speed all the time. She's like, you better not be going over 75. I'm like, bruh, just go to sleep, please. Just let me drive. Or like, my grandma, like, she would like tell me where to go, but I have the directions up. I'm like, bro, what are you? The map. You're the map. It's like, bro, just let me follow Google.
Yeah, my dad does that, but I think it's somewhat instinctive because he's like a DMV examiner. But like, there'll be certain times where like he'll be like, "Oh, break," or whatever, right? I was like, "Dad, I got this. Like, I know, like, the distance or whatever." Or like, I'll like, like intersections sometimes where you're like judging, like, "Oh, is that car far enough away for me to have enough time to make that turn or whatever?" Like, sometimes he'll think I misjudge him because like I'll admit sometimes I take a riskier turn, like something that he'll never do, but like I know how I drive and I know I'll make it.
Right.
And like he'll start like talking like, "We should have done that." I was like, calm down, bro. Like, it ain't that deep. So, but other than that, I don't think I've ever experienced anyone else backseat driving but my dad.
Mine's just my mom and my grandma. Do you have any backseat drivers in your life?
I do. They know who they are.
You want to call them out?
No, they know who they are. They've admitted to me that they do it. So.
Is it your turn since that was kind of...
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Then we just popped off like 5 for drivers. This one might be just me or like a very peculiar one, but having to buy the last of something. Like, let's say I'm at like Target, right? I want to buy these Oreos. It's the last package on the shelf.
Why does that annoy you?
Because like growing up,
you always taught to get the one behind it, or
yeah,
something?
at least like one behind. Because like it's just like instinctively the one in the front is usually the one that's been touched the most. But like people are like, oh yeah, maybe I'll buy this. Never mind. Like they put it back on the shelf. Instinctively, like whenever I went shopping with my parents as a kid, they would never take that first one. I would do that all the time. I would tell my ex like, you know the rule. Like if she was like reaching for something that we're both gonna get, she'd like take a couple back and then take that one and then put all the rest back. And so like, I remember
everybody does that.
The most recent one was I went to Target, bro, and they only had like one box of Oreo cakesters left. I was like,
would you rather them not have it?
Honestly, no, I still bought it because like as long as there's not like a dent or something on the box, I'll buy it. The other maybe like a couple weeks ago, I went to Food Max. You guys know what was it? You guys know what it was I think it's Hostess. It's like the little cake, like the chocolate cake with the little squiggly line across.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. There was only one of those left at Food Max, but I was like, I really am craving these. I was like, fuck it, I'll buy it. But yeah, I guess for me it might be like a little bit more personal and quirky, but
yeah, I kind of think I have to disagree with you on that one.
Yeah,
I don't think it would be a pet peeve because like I also do the grab the one behind, but like if it's the last one there, I would be kind of happy.
Excited. Yeah, like,
yeah,
like, oh yes. Oh, like,
then
yes, like I was able to find it. Like it wasn't sold out.
Right.
Yeah, because I'd rather there be one left that I can get than going there for that item and it not being there.
I can see that.
Because that's definitely happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my Target sucks and they don't restock.
The Whipple?
Yeah.
What? What are you looking for? Because that's my go-to target.
Everything.
But I guess mainly it's because I used to work at the Hesperian one, so I try to avoid that one in case I bump into old coworkers or whatever.
Yeah. I remember I went to the Target here, and I was getting those mini Starbursts,
Hmm.
and then I got the last pack, so I was excited for that, right? And then I finished that, and then I finished it like within a week, and I came back and it was still like sold out. And I was like, I don't know, maybe they just sold out again or they didn't restock. But I was
Mhm.
like, bro, come on, bro, it's been a week.
Bro, that's how I felt about Hot Munchies. I felt like there was one time where they were just sold out, and then they just never had them again ever. At the Target I worked at, so the
Mm.
Hesperian one, like they had regular Munchies, but they never. And I think like if you searched like the Hot Munchies on
Yeah.
not the app, sorry, like the like your own Zebra,
Hmm.
it we would like the item would show up like there's a result for it, but it would always say 0 on hand, 0 in the back, whatever. And like no matter what time of year, like ever since that point of like the last sellout, it never came back. I was so pissed about that.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right,
On
Jay.
to Jalen.
Uh, mine's kind of specific, but like when you're at the gym and someone's using the machine you want to use, but they're not actually doing anything.
They're just sitting
They're
there
just sitting there like
On their
bruh,
phone.
on the
yeah.
phone or just like,
or listening
Just
to
even
music,
just
or
sitting
like
But what if
yeah,
they're
just
like
sitting.
resting between sets?
Okay, but when you're doing that for 10 minutes,
Okay,
10?
yeah,
Like-
rest. I'll allow like up to, well, not allow, like, but like
mentally,
I won't
low,
get
yeah.
up to like maybe a minute and a half
Yeah.
of rest. But then
Okay.
after that, I'm like, bro, you're just sitting
You're
there.
just sitting there like I could
Okay.
have been done with at least a set or two by now.
I can see that, especially if it's like a busier hour.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, yeah, I know like because I used to go to City Sports, by the Buffalo Wild Wings
Yeah.
in Southland, and bro, it's because like I think it's also because like everyone has like the same schedule. Monday is chest,
Chest.
Oh shit,
and
yeah,
then
me
like
too.
Tuesday
That's
is like
that's
back,
everybody. Chest is like national.
and then Wednesday is legs. And I know like all the time, like for those specific days, if you want to follow that regime, what like the bench will always be filled for Mondays. Back is different, it's hit or miss. And then like, Wednesdays squat racks are always full. And it's funny because like in the city sports in Southland specifically, there was always be like a group of like, I don't want to call them bodybuilders per se, but there was like a group that was always around the squat racks, bro. They would be like 10 deep, so like you can't get into that squat rack.
Yeah, that's the whole day.
Yeah, bro. But that's honestly why I haven't gotten a gym membership, because usually what I do is like I do like a set of an exercise, and I'll listen to an entire song, and that's my rest before I hit the next set. So let's say 2 to 3 minutes of rest between sets.
How many reps are you doing?
Huh?
How many reps are you doing?
Well, it depends on the exercise. So like let's say like when I do like incline
Bench.
Yeah.
bench, right, with dumbbells. So each set is 15. I do 4 sets.
Okay, so you start a song.
Yeah, like
then
it's playing
one-
music. All right, hit 15. All right.
while
And
the
then
song is
finish the
playing,
song?
and then you finish the song out.
No, so it depends. So
Or
like
you start a song after you finish your set.
yeah, like or like let's say I'm listening to a 3-minute song, right?
Yes.
I hit the
For a minute and 15.
yeah, okay.
Right.
Right. I
Do you
hit
finish
that's
that song as your rest?
yeah.
Okay.
And or like if I'm like halfway through a song, I'll play that out and then maybe listen to a half of another song and then start again. Like cuz I like to take at least like a 2 to 3 minute break between sets, which I guess you guys would probably hate me that
Yeah,
if I
That's
I
a
would
little
get
long.
It's a kind of long.
Well, because that's like apparently that's how you're supposed to do it. Plus, like I've also always felt like, but what I used to do is like maybe 30 seconds to a minute rest.
That's what I've always heard.
'Cause, like,
30 to a minute.
Because like it's like
Like minute
I'd go.
average.
I usually would work out in a trio when I use public gyms, and so like it's just like my rest wasn't necessarily timed. It's like okay, we cycle. Like, let's
Yeah.
say I go first. Friend number 2 goes. Friend number 3 goes. Once friend number 3's done, I'm back on it, and just keep repeating.
See,
that.
I'm not like if nobody's around, take all the time you want.
Yeah.
But if you notice me like waiting to use your machine,
Or especially if like I asked you how many sets you got left.
like don't just be chilling there. Like,
Okay, yeah,
mm,
that makes more sense when like
yeah.
you've made yourself like visible that
Mhm.
you're waiting for the machine, and then they still take their sweet
I
ass time.
always ask. I never wait without asking.
mm.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I'm always
Yeah.
like, hey, how many sets you have?
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you guys ever ask to like, oh, can we work? Can I work in
No,
between?
I haven't.
No, I've had people ask me.
Yeah,
But
I've never had people ask me. I've had people offer.
Oh, but you just never take it. It's
Yeah,
like,
I was
no, it's
like,
fine.
no, no, no,
yeah,
bro, go
yeah,
ahead, do your thing.
I've also had people off it
Yeah,
too.
because then I think I did it one time with this guy, and then he definitely was lifting heavier than me. And if we worked,
Gotta kept like re-racking
yeah,
and shit.
and I was
yeah.
like,
lifting
that's
up
too much
weights.
work. If you can just keep your shit on there,
Right.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to you, Seth.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna do a super specific one. I get these TikToks that do the if her birthday is this number, then or the if their name starts with a
Jay.
yeah, or if their birthday's in this month,
Is it about like toxicity and stuff like that?
it's
or-
either toxicity or their
Like-
compatibility or
Yeah.
Bro, you know
I'm
what's
like-
the? Oh, sorry.
okay,
Continue.
I'm
Sorry.
like,
Sorry.
bro, shut the fuck up, bro. If her birthday's on the 16th, wait, that's Haley's birthday. If her birthday's on like, I was like, bro, this shit is stupid. This like reminds me of like the
Astrology. Or something.
astrology, yeah, which is another pet peeve of mine.
There's no correlation. Like,
Yeah.
astrology's kind. All right, sorry. Like,
Yeah.
I'll finish the thought on yours, right? Dude, have you seen the one? This one pisses me the fuck off. It's like when her name ends in an A and it's pronounced Like, what
Yeah,
name
it's
ends in an
exactly-
A and it's not like Yeah, like you think like Serena. Like, how else would it be pronounced?
Serene.
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense. Like every time I see it, I was like, bro, like, so are you just saying like every girl's name that ends in an A and sounds like, with the sounds like it's just toxic? Like that makes no sense, bro.
Stupid, bruh.
I was like, find me a girl, but that's name ends in an A and it's not
Like,
pronounced
like I'm okay with like this much okay, like super little okay with astrology because like sometimes that shit's spot on somehow.
Really?
Yeah, but like this shit is like so broad that it's like, bro.
I think that's why, like, people be like, oh, like it's spot on because it's so broad. It's very applicable. Like you can
Yeah.
interpret it into the way you want it to.
Mhm.
I think I'm fine with astrology as long as the person isn't taking it so serious. Like I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like a little fun. Like, oh, I just want to check my fortune for today or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know if I've mentioned this TikTok before on this pod, but there's a TikTok where this guy was like making fun of girls because they were all astrology girls,
Okay.
right? And then he was like, try to guess my sign, right? And then they said, like, one person said Leo. And then he was like, wow, you guys actually got it. Like, you guys, that's actually surprising. And then they were all like, see, I knew you were a Leo. And he's like, I lied. I'm not a Leo. Right? And then they're like, oh, that's such a Gemini thing to do. He's like, dang, you got... And then they just kept like, he kept like trolling them.
Yeah.
He's like, see, I'm not a Leo. I'm a Scorpio. And then they're
like,
like,
but only a
that does
Scorpio
give
would
off
do that.
does give off Scorpio energy. He's like, I'm not even a Scorpio either.
Yeah, like you just go through all the 12
Yeah.
zodiacs or something.
He just
like,
kept trolling them.
Yeah,
just
no.
to show how stupid it is.
Yeah, like it's a fun little thing to like kind of be involved in maybe, but like if you take it too serious to that point where like you got your healing crystals and shit too,
Or like,
alright,
like
bro.
I'm not dating you. You're a Scorpio. Or like,
Oh, if
we
you take
can't
it
be
to that
friends.
extent, you're definitely weird, bro.
Yeah,
Like-
we can't be friends. You're a Gemini.
Yeah, it's like we're not compatible. It's like, huh? All right, bro. Like, I guess I dodged a red flag right there.
Ted ass. Was that all me? Like my... Oh yeah, so back to you.
Okay. Bro, like, is it just me? Maybe it's just me too for this one, but I feel like, dude, every time there's an Instagram update, some feature of Instagram is always fucked up in the process, bro. Like, there was a brief moment, bro. I think like this just got resolved, like maybe last week or 2 weeks ago. There was like a period of like 2 to 3 weeks where I couldn't view comments. Like, so like a post, right? It'd be like under, it'd be like 136 comments, and I clicked that to try to see the comments. It just shows up as blank. Like you'll see the post, and the right under it just the blank, like black because I have night mode on, and it wasn't just limited to my phone, even like the browser, like because sometimes I use internet or Instagram on my browser, like on my PC, and it would do the same thing. Like I use it on my trap phone, which I haven't updated certain apps in mad long. Still the same thing. I was like, bro, what's going on? Like, I was about to start asking people, like, am I the only one? Because obviously, if a post under it said like 136 comments or something, obviously commenting is working for some people, right? So I'm like, bro, why is Instagram always fucking shit up? Or like I remember there was this one update where like I always have silent on, like
Yeah,
I'd never
do not
have my
disturb.
phone without silence, like the notifications and shit, like this little side button.
Yeah, oh,
Right?
vibrate.
Vibrate?
Vibrate.
Yeah, I guess so. Sorry. And so like and I always have like stuff on silent too. So like if I'm watching someone's story and there's audio, it doesn't autoplay
Yeah.
the audio.
Same,
But there was
yeah.
a brief moment where it would, no matter what I did. It was
Keep
like a little
playing.
bug. Yes, it was like if I'm watching a story and if there's audio in that story, it'll autoplay. Like I don't have to tap it to play. I'd have to tap it to stop playing the audio, like to mute it back. And it was just so fucking annoying because like, you know, I couldn't really use Instagram in public anymore because I'm usually someone who has my volume slider all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
And so that always bugs me. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. If your guys' Instagram be fucking up like that.
It is annoying, but yeah,
I'm not
I've had
really
that
on
happen.
it that much.
Mm.
I feel like I've used it more lately, like because of the podcast, but not like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your turn, Jalen Armstrong.
I'm gonna say like entitled people.
Mm. Yeah.
Like there's this.
That goes beyond pet peeve, bro, for me.
Yeah.
It's just hating on sight, bro.
There's this dude at work who like he comes in, and he just thinks that he like kind of runs the place.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, he'll just, like make all these comments that like really have no reason to be said. Like if we're out of something, he'll be like, "What, you can't do your job right? Like, come on!"
No
like,
way. He
yeah,
said like that.
Yeah, he'll just straight up, it's just like, oh, you know, it's not me. It's like there's a shortage. Like there's like the delivery didn't come in.
Wow.
I don't know what you want from me. Like he's like, no, you're just not doing your job right. Like if you weren't so lazy or whatever, like. like,
Bro, that's terrible.
What do you want me to do about this? Like,
I'm kicking him out at that point. If he like disrespects me to that point,
you know,
Wait, was
Nah.
it like? Was it also like like that coworker was like on the same level as you in terms of like ranking? Like there weren't like, oh, I'm actually like a management or something.
no, it don't matter. Like he'll say it to anybody. Like,
No, like that coworker specifically. Like, did he at least have, or did they at least have a reason to be like saying stuff like, all right,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
a
yeah.
manager. You know, like
Yes,
you guys
there's
are.
another
Okay, so he was
supervisor.
like a higher up.
yeah,
Okay, I mean, at least that's then justified, bro. A little bit, I think it's a little bit more reasonable. I
Wait.
still hate it.
what?
I don't think you're. It's not a coworker.
Oh, it's not a coworker.
No,
No,
Like a
it's
customer.
a guest that comes
yeah.
in.
Oh, I think
Customer saying it to my coworker.
Oh, like
That's what I
oh,
thought you meant.
Okay, because I was about to say like add on, bro. I had this one coworker, bro. So like I used to work at Target, and there's always an influx of like new hires around holiday, right?
Yeah.
And so we had this one guy. I think his name was Brian, bro. So, my ex had been working at Target. She was there before me. I think she maybe had a year over me, bro. So she's always pretty much been in toys. Like that was like her main department, and she's very good at it. And so I remember there was one time where like that new hire ended up getting toys for a night or something for some reason, right? Maybe I think because like my ex was very versatile. Like she could have been in soft lines, which is clothes and folding and stuff. She could be the I forgot what the people who like go around with the specialized cart. They pick items for the orders
Mm.
and stuff. I forgot what that's called, but she could have done that. Like she pretty much could have done like every station at the store. And so one day that guy, like Brian, the new hire, had toys, and he was like making snide comments all like shift on the radio, like, guys, remember, we don't leave go backs here for someone else to do. We take it to the front ourselves. So I was like, bitch, you barely been here, bro. Like, why are you talking like you hot shit? Like, so I thought you meant like a coworker who was like not even like management or something would be making type of comments like he's something, like they something, but it was a customer, bro. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
the
annoying.
customer is always wrong.
Especially when they're disrespectful to Jalen. I have one is when someone comes in my room.
Without knocking.
No, that maybe sometimes, but it's when they turn on the light and then they
Oh.
leave and they don't turn off the light again and they don't close the door.
Yep.
Ooh, the door one is a
Yeah.
big one, bro. Like, or like if they get very close to closing, but it's not actually closed, bro. I'm ready to scrap
I think
because I
that's
take that as
yeah,
disrespect.
that's annoying to me too, but it's not as annoying as leaving it wide open.
Because at least you tried with the other one. But like, no, I know
Yeah.
what you mean. It's not like I'm not mad at them. I'm just like, oh my god, now it's like
Really, I feel like
Yeah.
I'm
that
low,
little bit.
I'm low-key more angry when it's closer because like you were literally right there, like you're almost there. You could have just put one more
A
ounce of
little more
effort,
effort.
and it's fully closed, right?
But especially with the light too, cause like I'm chilling in the dark on my phone, and I don't want like you turn on the light, you ruin my whole vibe.
Maybe they
Are
do it
this
on
your parents? Are you
purpose.
talking about your parents?
Not just my parents. People have done it before.
Really?
Yeah, like
Like a friend pops in your room or something, turns on the light, does it close your door?
not friend, but like cousins and like
Oh.
family members that come in to ask me
Is it because
something.
they think you're asleep or something? So they turn on the light to check?
Or they just want to talk to me in the light.
Oh, okay.
They could be doing you a favor. It's not good for your eyes.
That's true. But like sometimes they'll ask, "Do you want me to keep the light on, or do you want me to turn it back off?"
Yeah.
And then that's fine.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
But my dad is one that always never closes the door when he leaves.
Even if you ask,
No, if I ask,
like,
he'll do
close the
it.
door on the way out type shit.
Yeah.
But like, if nothing is said, he'll
Yeah.
never really do
He'll
it.
just like come in and like mess with me or like talk to me about something, and he'll just leave. And I'm like, "Dad, door." I have to say that like while he leaves,
Nah.
and he comes back and closes it for me.
Bro, growing up, did you guys? Because I've talked to other friends before where they're like, they felt like, oh, like Nick, you always have your door closed. Like when I was growing up and stuff, like I never ever really closed my door, and they thought it was kind of weird that my door would always close. Like, oh, I'm kind of like shutting out the family or something. Do you guys feel some type of way about that?
Did you have an open door policy?
Not necessarily a policy. My door's just
Yeah, I
open.
I never really cared about my door.
Yeah, I never felt the need to close it.
Yeah, if it was closed,
Oh.
it was closed. If it was
Yeah.
open, it was open.
Exactly.
I know for the most part, it's pretty much always closed for me. Like the only time I really open it is let's say like I'm awaiting a package. So like, you guys know my room layout. Like I'm pretty
Yeah.
much parallel with the front
The
door.
door, yeah.
So like I have my door open so I can hear like when the doorbell rings or the package gets hits the porch or whatever. Other than that, like summer maybe it's super hot. I want more ventilation in my room, so I'll have the door open. But any other time, like my door is always closed, and I don't. Maybe I just like my privacy.
I think now my door is usually closed or like shut. Not
Yeah.
all the way, but like
Oh, mine is flush, shut, everything.
Yeah, nowadays it's more likely to be closed, but that's because uh
you be fucking.
no,
It's like no.
no.
We don't
I
do
just
that.
what you call it. My brother's girlfriend is over a lot, and I don't want to be doing something that she might think is weird. Because like if my family sees me doing something weird, that's one thing, but like
Yeah.
I don't want
Okay.
to.
Yeah.
I don't want to weird her out, you know.
Like, cause she's not family yet or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Reasonable. Reasonable.
Your turn, Nicholas.
Yes, sir. Shit. I opened my poem verses.
Spit one right now.
Loki. iPhone versus Android jokes. Like the hate on Androids. Like I'm not even like an Android user anymore.
But you still.
But just like no, but it's just like I feel like a lot of times it's not even just jokes. Like they genuinely believe iPhone is clearly superior.
But it's not. I
Like,
will.
I would say both is just like there's best occasions for both. Like there's reasons to own both. There's not one clear definitive winner. Like I used to be the first time I ever got my smartphone, it was an Android, and I had an Android up until 2020 when they re-released the SE. That's when I switched to iPhone. Main reason being pretty much all my friends use iPhone and iMessage was just easier to maintain a group chat.
Would
Uh,
you rather still have Android back?
I want to say rather, but like if that wasn't the reason, let's say we all decided, oh, we're fine with Kick, or like we're fine with the
I don't think
Instagram
Kick
group
is a
chat.
thing anymore. But
Like it
Just
doesn't
for
exist
example.
anymore. It's shut
people-
down type shit?
No, it's still like an app, but it's not
But
used
but let's say
as much
like
as it was in our
like let's say
generation.
like we all just use WhatsApp or something, like some international students, right? Then I would still have an Android to this day because I wouldn't have had a reason
to switch to Apple.
switch
Yeah.
to iPhone. Mainly because like I think the biggest thing I don't like about them, right, is the way the Apple ecosystem is set up. You kind of like need Apple specific products in order to maximize your efficiency and your output with your existing Apple products.
That's
Lightning
true.
cable is annoying as fuck. Just do USB-C. I don't like Safari as a default browser. Oh, one thing that really bugged me when I switch is when you're typing, you can't point at somewhere, a direct location, and your cursor will move there. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Like, let's say
yeah.
I'm typing out a word and I made a typo and I want to fix that typo, but it's in the middle of the word. I can't just press the middle and the cursor will.
You don't like
automatically
hard
go there.
pressing?
Like I don't like hard pressing to drag it or like holding the space bar
To
to
do the
move it. Like
magnifying
that shit's
thing?
so
Yeah.
annoying to me. Like why can't I just tap here and it goes to where I'm tapping?
Mhm.
That shit was the biggest pet peeve of mine of switching. But yeah, also like the jokes, like people always say like, oh, your battery, it's gonna fall out, whatever. I can't remember the last time an Android was manufactured with a detachable battery. I think it's been like years. And then the other one is like, oh, grainy images, like when Apple or when Android
Snapchat.
takes not even Snapchat, because I think it's just like the camera in general,
Oh,
like was like, oh, taking like a picture like it's a meme, and the picture looks like a damn gas station CCTV image. Like, bro, clearly the camera quality is not that bad. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that it just irked me because like that's like the default go to of people dissing Androids.
I was originally on Android,
Me too.
but I got not bullied, but no, low key bullied. Yeah, I was on a retreat for 8th grade, and we had to turn in our phones. And then at the end of the night, my teacher was giving them all back, and she was like, "Who has the Android?" And I was like,
Damn,
"Oh,
the teacher
that
was
was
the bully.
mine."
I got my first iPhone in 8th grade. Remember that, the iPhone 4.
Mm.
So happy. Little square box.
I got mine right before we started high school.
Your first iPhone?
Yeah.
Did you Jay, are you still on that thing where like you don't necessarily own the iPhone, you trade up every year?
No,
Like you're just leasing the iPhone?
not anymore.
When was the last time you had that active? A while ago?
Yeah. That was back when I was still with Sprint. Now I'm with Xfinity Mobile.
Ah.
Nice.
Which is technically Verizon pretty much. Like you just use
Yes.
Verizon's towers.
Yeah. Do you plan on upgrading your phone, Nick?
I'm
'Cause-
riding this bitch till the wheel falls out.
Yeah.
Like because I mean it still runs perfectly fine, and my biggest thing is I want to still have a home button. I prefer Touch
Well,
ID to Face ID.
they have phones that are recent that have the home button again.
But not iPhone.
Yes, iPhone.
Which one?
They just remade the SE.
But it's the same size. So why get it? The only thing
Well, yeah.
different about it is the chip. They
Yeah.
didn't make the screen bigger or
Well-
anything, so that's not worth it for me.
Yeah, I'm
know?
just saying, like,
Yeah.
like to upgrade the speed and like all that stuff.
Ideally, what I would have wanted is like, I heard they were working on this, but it's a rumor. Like, it's no guarantee that it'll ever come out. Apparently, they were working on like finger ID for like under the screen. So like it's how like
so it's still seamless like this.
yes,
and
but
then,
like
but it
there
still
is
works.
a fingerprint reader. I think, but for me, for the most part, I just like having a physical home button because like I think of like a lot of times where like this hasn't necessarily happened to me with iPhone. Usually was like Android because I would upgrade every 2 years, and like I beat those phones. Like so much data was used and so much memory was used and whatnot that they started getting slow and whatever. And like when your phone freezes, you want a physical home button because like if your home button is on the screen, that's just software. So like if your screen is frozen, you can't home button out of that.
Mm.
But like if you have a physical button, you can. And so that's always why it resonated with me. Like I prefer home buttons. I like the click of a home button, a physical home button. I
I
mean,
just do the little slide up.
like if your phone freezes right now, if your screen freezes, you can't fix that through that. You'd have to
Like
probably
if-
reboot it.
Like if it froze on this
Yeah,
and I
you
can't go back to home,
Yeah, because it's attached. Like it's all software
like I
based.
can't do like that.
Yeah, because your screen is frozen. How would you do that?
Wow.
You just locked the.
You would
Just
no.
lock
You would
the
have
phone.
to lock it or do some other shit.
Lock
I
it
don't know.
and
For
unlock
me,
it.
I just remember I just always just press the button and it'll fix everything, like the home button.
Hmm.
But tomato, tomato.
Makes sense.
Jalen Armstrong.
I had one and then I lost it, but
What's the time?
I was gonna say Karens, but
40.
I feel like that's about the same thing as my.
What'd you
last
say?
one. Karens.
Yes. That's just more applicable. That's just more
Yeah.
across the board.
Yeah.
People who don't mind their business, bro.
Have you seen they made like a Karen's diner or
No.
Karen's
Really?
cafe? I think, but like all the workers act like Karens.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's like with those restaurants where like they purposely
Yeah, are rude to you and
purposefully
shit.
be mean to you.
Yeah.
I think they call it bitch or something or like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they cuss at you
Yeah.
or like
This is in Vegas.
yeah, they put the thing on you, like a dunce cap.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they,
I know
they,
what you're talking
they
about.
roast you on it.
Mm.
Yes.
That shit's funny. I'd want to do that.
Alright, Seth?
Oh yeah, me turn. One uppers.
Mm.
and you like try to tell a cool story, right? And then
That's a good one.
Are
and
we
then
thinking about the same person?
Maybe.
I know. Oh, are we?
We went to high
No.
school together.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I
So
that person, and then I have a person at work when I worked at here in Sacramento,
mm,
and they would like every time I would like try to tell them something like a story from my childhood or something, and like they would always like, oh yeah, and like try to be cooler than me.
yeah, and make it about them and shit.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, relax, okay? It's not a competition. I'm just wanted to tell you a cool story from my childhood,
Mhm.
and you want to make yourself look cooler than me.
That lucky be parents too when you talk about like struggles with your parents, like Dad, I'm sad or something. It's like, oh, you're sad back in my day type shit. Like, you know, like the general meme of
You
like,
don't know what I had to go through.
yeah, like they be talking like they be acting like they had to cross like mountains and
Yeah,
through
to get to school.
yeah and shit. Yeah,
Well, I mean, my parents grew up in the Philippines, so
so they might they might have
they might. Yeah.
Very common.
I fucking hate those people. Yeah. Back to me,
Back to you, Nick.
bro. I think Seth, me and you might relate to this dumb, like dumb heavy resellers,
I thought you were gonna
bruh.
say dumb people.
Like resellers.
Oh my
Dude,
god!
I
yeah.
fucking hate resellers. Like, I hope everyone like just gets stuck with a bunch of dead stock that they can't sell off.
I think the biggest one that I've seen that I hate is the Saleh Burnbury Crocs.
Oh, Salehi?
Salehi, like those dropped for what 80, right?
Yeah, that's a pretty high retail for Crocs.
Yeah, Crocs retail at 50 right now, I think.
Yeah, just like a normal
Yeah.
everyday Croc. Yeah.
Normal white Croc. But I saw a reseller on StockX had it at like I think damn near 1,500
Fuck.
for
Was
the
it, like,
Bones one.
hell nah,
I
bro.
was, and I
What the
showed my
hell?
aunt because she wanted them. And I was like, bro, you want to pay 1,500? She was like, didn't they drop for 80, you said? I was like, yeah.
You gotta get rid of the what was it?
Originally.
That 70 yen rep.
I know. For real.
Dude, no. The ones
That's
I
why I
hate,
buy fake.
yeah. The ones I hate the most are like the resellers who don't necessarily specialize in anything. Like they buy up like anything and everything to make a buck. So like there's this one page, I don't want to at them because I don't want to give them publicity, even though like we're a small podcast, it's not really gonna boost them. But there's this one page I check from time to time just because I'm curious, right? So like that person who runs the page, he has like I guess he has like a Discord group where like they call it cook groups, where like Discords that like ping certain things.
Mm.
Like one thing I will say that's kind of cool that they have is like I guess they find a bunch of errors all the time, like pricing errors.
Mm.
So it'd be like, oh, Home Depot, this specific saw or something, originally cost 400. There's a price error right now. You can get one for $10, and then like they'll just buy up a bunch of those and sell them locally,
What the
like
heck?
through like offer up or something. Like I think it's kind of crazy how they like how did you even know this happened? Like that there was a price error on this specific saw or something,
It's
right?
an inside job.
But like that group I'm talking about, the Instagram page I'm talking about, they're like they dip their hands in everything. Like they're like, oh, I have NFTs here. Like, oh, the new convention Funko Pops just dropped. This is definitely a heavy profit. They'll talk about shoes. Like, oh, this pair of shoes just dropped. Definitely a good hold. Definitely whatever, right? Definitely low risk. And like it just makes me like angry low key because like bro, you really can't have a hobby in 2022 without someone like making it so much harder than it needs to be. Like a
Mm.
Funko Pop, especially if it's not super limited. Like, dude, when the final season of Stranger Things came out, I think is there a character named Eddie Munson?
Yes.
So it's a Target exclusive. I think it retails from anywhere. I think it's 15. Bro, the minute that season dropped, it was so hard to find. People were reselling it for like 70.
Jeez.
Like it's so stupid.
he
like,
was a fan favorite.
yeah, but like just cause like or like, I mean it's kind of stupid too because it's just FOMO. Like I remember, it wasn't recent, but there was a show like Marvel, I believe, that dropped or like this was season release or something, and I remember I think Black Bolt made an appearance.
He
Mm.
was in the
Doc-
Multiverse
Doctor
of
Strange,
Madness.
Yeah, like a small cameo,
Yeah.
and like
Spoiler.
like
alert.
prior like
Came out
so
in March.
this isn't a recent like he didn't there wasn't a Funko Pop of him dropping because of the show, but it's just like they've been dropped before, like it's in the past.
Yeah.
Like
Black Bolt has.
yeah, and so like those if you wanted to buy them, like the resale market was like maybe 10, 15, so like you could probably get them below retail because just no one cared about that character, bro. that he made that cameo, and all of a sudden everyone's like, "Oh, I've been looking for this. It was my favorite character." Whatever. It's like, bruh, if this was your favorite character, you would have been known it existed. Like, why are you getting FOMO? And like, they were selling for insane prices. It was like resale or market price went from like $5 to $10 to like damn near triple digits,
Sheesh.
like 100 or something, right? And it's just so crazy. Like, sometimes that's why I'd be like, I need to find a hobby that doesn't involve needing to buy shit, like, because I can't really have fun anymore, bro. There's always, I
It's
mean,
a hobby.
I'm pretty confident in my manual prowess. Like, I'm pretty confident in being able to buy stuff very quickly, but there's certain times where like shoes, for instance, like sometimes like you can't beat bots. It's just impossible, and like some pages just don't have bot protection.
Buy fake.
I just can't do it. It's
I
just
know,
not
I
for
know.
me. But yeah, that's resellers of all kinds, pretty much. Big ass pet peeve, low key.
Yeah. I keep thinking about people once. Like,
That's fine.
Like
okay.
archetypes.
I have a people one next too.
My yeah, mine is people that make everything about themselves.
Mm.
Like just because like when you talk about one up,
Yeah, one-uppers.
like I have been around people that like you tell a story like whether it pertains to them or not, just and then they'll find somehow some way to just connect it and like for what like.
Well, for why?
Why couldn't I just tell a story? Like,
What was the reason for that?
yeah, it's just like this one time. What?
All right, bro.
I'd
Make it about
ask.
you.
Like,
Who?
Yeah, that shit's annoying. Those kind of people are annoying.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Going on the people train.
true.
Super slow walkers.
I had that in my head too.
Yeah, people that
Mm.
like walk slow, like when you're at the mall, right? And you're walking behind somebody and they're walking super slow and then out of nowhere they stop in the middle. I'm like, bro, why you can't just move to the side, bruh?
Or if they're slow walkers and it's a line of people, like a group, a
Yeah.
friend group, and you can't like
They
overtake
get
them.
around.
Mm.
Yeah, that should
People are like
dumb annoying.
people that are I want to say a double one real quick. People that are unaware of their surroundings
Mm.
and like they live in their own bubble.
Bruh.
Like, but you gotta be
like a person who's like on the escalator, and the minute they get to like the top of it, they just like stop. Like, oh, I need to check my phone real quick. Like, bruh, why are you stopping on like?
Yeah.
What
you
are
know,
you doing?
like, just keep walking a little bit and then stop to the side or something.
you gotta be conscious of the people around you, especially
Yeah.
especially in public.
You know what's funny? I feel like a lot of times when I get like caught up by slow walkers, it's Edgars because they don't walk straight. They do like
The little wobble.
yeah, the little
Wobble,
waddle.
baby, wobble, baby.
Like, so that's why they're slower. It's like, first of all, get a decent haircut, and then like, come on, walk normally, bro. Like, it's not that hard.
Alright, your turn, Nick.
Okay. One of mine is like when I'm cooking in the kitchen and someone is there in the kitchen with me. That like it's like unwarranted. Like my dad does this all the time, bro. Like I'll be like scrambling an egg or something for my sandwich, bro. He'll like it almost seems like he finds reasons to be in the kitchen. Like he'll like walk in there, maybe check the fridge for a snack or something. All right, it's nothing there. He didn't take anything. He walks back out. All of a sudden, he's like back in the kitchen refilling his water bottles. Like, bro, why couldn't you do all this when I wasn't cooking? You know, like what?
Yeah.
Because you guys seen I've been to my house. My kitchen's not that big. Like if it was like a Seth kitchen, okay, you know, like it's sizable. Like I won't really be in the vicinity of you, but like, you know, it's my kitchen's so much smaller, and like if you're in the kitchen with me while I'm cooking, we're probably at like kind of elbows length, and it just pisses me off, bro. Like you had all this time, but all of a sudden, when I need to do something in there, that's when you decide that's the best time to do all your tasks that are related to the kitchen.
Right.
It's that COD timing.
Back to you. People?
People who people who watch like videos on their phone on full blast
In
in
public.
public. Like I know, like
Mhm.
kind of like what you're saying, like not being aware.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some people that just don't give a fuck. Like they're just
Yeah.
like, I want to watch it on full blast, and just I'm hearing part of like I'm just hearing a video. I'm only hearing the audio of like a video I could be watching, and like kind of bothers me. Like, but also it's just like, bro, why are you doing that hella
Have some
loud?
courtesy.
Yeah, like I'm trying to. There are people trying to read a book. There are people trying to like listen to their own music. You know, like
Yo, on BART when people don't use headphones.
oh my god,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Especially if it's bad music. Like
Yeah.
Oh, it's on their speaker.
Yes, bro.
They don't
Like,
turn their speaker off.
but it's like, the way Bart said, I was like, I'm definitely not gonna ask you to like please stop. I'm never confrontational. Like I'll just.
Yeah.
Thankfully now,
I'll-
now that I have AirPod Pros, noise cancellation helps me out.
Yeah, I'll just sit through the annoyance.
Just like talking shit in your mind, like fucking bitch, bro.
There are some times what they're playing is banging. I'm like, all right, that's
I want
fine.
to slide. At least it's a slapper.
Right.
At least you have the common decency to pick a slapper. All right, back to you, Seth. I think we're news anchors. Back to you.
Let's see. Here we go. People who always criticize the things you like.
Oh, people who yuck your yum.
Yeah, like if it doesn't affect your life, like why you gotta shit on mine?
Right.
You know, like let me like the things I like, bro.
Like they'd say like it's lame or something.
Yeah, like say I like oh man, I'm really into Marvel right now, like all the movies and stuff, and I'm binge watching.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
much
you're
more
like,
of a DC
yeah,
fan, you know?
DC's like way better than Marvel. Like
I know their live action movies aren't that good, but have you watched
Yeah.
their animated stuff?
Yeah,
They have
like-
nothing on Marvel's
Killing
animated-
Joke?
yeah, like the like
Yeah.
Killjoys basically.
Yeah, okay, I get you. Like,
It's like, bro, why you gotta shit on like the things I like? Like
Yeah,
I like
like,
I'm
if it's-
I'm not telling you to like it with me.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you what I like.
yeah, like if it's like if it's not their cup of tea, they feel
Mhm.
like why would someone else like it? Type
Yeah.
shit.
But like I understand it if I'm trying to get you to like something,
Yeah,
and
you're
it's
just
not,
not vibing
your
with
cup
it.
of tea,
Yeah.
then I'm like, oh okay, then
Yeah, that
that's
makes
fair.
sense.
That's your opinion. But if I'm telling you like, bro, I'm really into this right now, like, and I'm not telling, I'm like, say
Yeah.
like,
It's
I-
like unsolicited criticism.
yes, like bro, relax, bro. This is not that's also like making it about themselves,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right? That's annoying.
No, that makes sense because like I can understand too. Like if someone's trying to put me on something and I'm not really not really feeling it, I could be like, it's just not it's kind of ass. Oh, it's not for me, whatever. And like it makes sense then because someone's trying to put you onto it, but you just not vibing with it. Versus like someone just saying like, hey, I'm really into this in this right now. Like I've been reading all the comments, I've been keeping up with the shows, whatever, and they just have to like rain on your parade. That's just so uncalled for, bro. Fucking hate that shit. I'm actually running out of pre-made ones. This was kind of funny. I guess it's kind of stupid too. Like, when it's like hella hot and someone asks me a dumb question,
No, I know what you mean.
I'd be getting kind of pissed, bro. Like,
It's just because it's hot. Yeah.
yeah,
you're
I'm
just
like
quick
I'm
to-
on edge. Like, or I know people usually say like, if they're hangry,
Yeah.
like that too. But for me, it's more hot, like temperature. Like, dude, my dad is the type to ask some stupid ass questions, bro. Like, it'll be like, I'll be like, oh, dad, can you go buy me this? Like let's say he's going out already, right, to buy something. So I just ask him to pick something up for me too. So let's say he's on the way to buy something. It's like, oh, dad, can you give me some food since you're gonna go out? I'm hella hungry. He'll be like, oh, you ain't eat yet? It's like, clearly not, bro. Like I'm asking you to buy me some food, bro. Like shit like that. Like my dad is like a number one person to ask dumb questions,
I
and that should be pissing me off,
I
especially when it's
yeah.
hot. I'm like,
just thought of one.
I don't got time for this, bro.
Go ahead, you
Go
can
ahead,
go
no,
first
no.
though. Okay, so my grandma, she does this a lot. She'll always, like, sometimes me and Haley don't eat at the same time because she's not hungry and I'm hungry.
Mhm.
And my grandma sees me eating, right? And then my grandma will always ask like, "Oh, Haley's not eating?" Or she's like, "Go tell your wife to go eat now." And I'm like, "Bro, she's a grown woman. She will eat when she
feels
wants
like
to
it.
eat." Like I have to tell that every single time. Like my grandma always wants to like make sure Haley's eating at all times, basically. And I'm like, bro, she'll eat when she wants to eat. Relax. Okay, like every time she's over at the house and she doesn't see Haley eating. That and like that one popped into my head, and that one's a big annoying one.
This one's not like super bad, but it can be if when it's happening like over and over and over again. Both my mom and my girlfriend have this thing where like somebody will say something and then like they're not listening or whatever, but then like a minute or two later they'll say exactly the same
Yeah.
thing that someone had just said to
Uh-huh.
them or whatever, and just like
Like, bro, I just told you that.
And like, and like to them, it's like an original thought.
yeah. Like, oh my god, like very small example, but when I'm driving with my girlfriend, we'll play the like out of state game with license plates.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was one time we're listening to music and I see one and I'm like, oh, Nevada, and she's like singing the song, like chilling, and then like after the song finishes, she's like, "Oh, Nevada," and I'm like, "I know you did not just shut it down." Like,
Ejectocito.
yeah.
Yeah,
I called that a minute and a half ago. Like,
Yeah, I can see that. Now that you give me an example, okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I feel like that's definitely more of an annoyance.
yeah,
For sure.
is it back to me?
Well,
if you have one.
I have one.
okay, yeah.
This is not a people one. This is a kind of with myself that I get annoyed with myself. Not anymore because I've fixed that problem.
Okay.
But it was losing my wallet or like misplacing it.
I got
like-
an Apple AirTag for that.
Yeah, I got a tile card. But yeah, I used to lose my wallet a lot or like misplace it. That shit would be like always I would check literally. I would flip this house upside down, and every single car outside, and I can't find it.
Right.
And then, like a day or two later, I look and it's just right in front of me. And I'm like, how the fuck did you get there? I'm like, dude, I've been looking for you forever, bro. And it's just like right there. Sometimes it just blends in with my blanket, and it's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
that's
I feel you on
annoying.
that one.
I get annoyed with myself. It's my own pet peeve.
That's me with my glasses.
Yeah.
You lose them a lot?
They're not like a lot, but there have been times where it's like I fell asleep with them on, and like, you know, I was tossing and turning, and they went under the bed, and couldn't find them the next morning, and just like, there's one time I went to work and I worked all day in sunglasses because I couldn't find my regular glasses, and those are the only prescription ones I had.
Probably thought you were a douche.
Yeah.
Shit inside, bro.
They were like, so I was like, dude, I just couldn't find my glasses this morning. They're like, no, I mean, you look cool, but also like an asshole, but you look cool. Like,
I just thought of one, but it was more of when I was a kid. It's not really applicable now, but like, because how I used to like do it was like I'd take a shower, right, and after my shower I lotion in the bathroom, but then like by doing so I couldn't get a proper grip on the doorknob to get out. It's like I can't turn the doorknob. Like my hand keeps sliding, like, you know, like I'm turning my hand, but the doorknob is not gripping.
right.
So the doorknob is staying stationary, so I can't open the door. Dude, that shit used to piss me the fuck off. I was so like over lotion for hella long. But I mean now I just like I have lotion in my room. So I'm done showering
Yeah,
and then I
same.
lotion up in my room.
Same.
And
Yeah.
then I don't have that problem
Yeah,
anymore.
I don't
But-
get ready in the bathroom anymore
but yeah.
unless I'm at Haley's house.
And then like a side note of that, like sometimes like because lotion in your hands lasts kind of long. Like, you know, like
You gotta rub that shit in.
I feel like you
forever.
can never when you're using lotion, for me, I never really get to a point where like once I'm finished lotioning, my hands felt like they had before I started lotioning. Like they have like the maximum grip, whatever.
I mean, they
And-
shouldn't though, right?
Yeah, but anyway, so
'cause of
there's
all
been
that
times
moisture.
like I want to eat a snack and I can't open it because
Ah.
like it keeps slipping off the
Or,
wrapper.
oh,
or
you're
whatever.
opening a bottle, like a,
Yeah, like that, and I'm like
opening the
fuck.
door.
Yeah, it's pretty much like an extension of the doorknob, but just different objects.
Oh,
Right.
that one for me is when I put lotion on my hands and then I use a Q-tip. I don't have good grip on the Q-tip and I can't clean my ear properly. I'm like, fuck, I always forget to do this before I put lotion on.
Don't use a Q-tip.
Yeah, I
It's
stopped using it
bad
for
you.
Fuck, I have great hearing though.
Hey.
All right.
Hey, but them eargasms being different, bro.
Yeah, I mainly
I do
do
miss
it.
those.
I mainly do it because of that, just to get that good feeling.
Bro, I
The
remember
toe curlers.
Yeah, there's been a time, bro, when I hit a dual wielded.
Oh,
I was traveling dimensions, bro. I was like, damn, that was like the best
Damn.
orgasm I've ever had.
Do you use two Q-tips when you went before, or like one Q-tip for each side?
Okay, you know what's really weird? So I would take one, and like I would do the right side, and then use the other end for the left side. But then I would take another one. Like I think for orgasms, I'm right ear dominant. I would get them way more often in my right ear. So like I would take like a second Q-tip and only just do the right ear a second time, and then just throw them, you know,
Yeah.
and then it's done.
I
I'm
would
just usually
do
like
it once, look at it. If it was like really bad, then I'd do it again with the other one, and then go to the left ear.
Mm.
Left ear with another one, or left ear with the
with the other, yeah. Well, if I use the
both sides?
both sides, then yeah,
You
yeah,
just
I
don't
got
know
another
it.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm putting the new old earwax in the left ear. And
Same.
just,
I know. If I feel like I use the one side and I look at it and it's dirty, and I still feel like I could get a good eargasm out of it, then I'll flip it and use it again,
Mm-mm.
and then
Right.
I'll use another Q-tip for this left
I'm
side.
not even gonna cap. There has been times where like I think I went too rough, and my like the
You
ear had
started
a little,
bleeding?
Oh, yeah.
like, yeah,
Oh.
a little bit of blood on it.
Yeah,
Like
I've
it was
had
like
that.
I take it out and it's like yellow with a little bit of red.
Yeah.
There's been times I've definitely like hit my eardrum.
Ooh, those suck.
Like
bro.
that's like when I accidentally go, cause sometimes my ear be loose. You know, like sometimes you feel it, like you feel the whole Q-tip go in,
Yeah.
and that's the eargasm. But sometimes my ear be loose and it goes straight in.
Because you didn't realize it was
yeah,
loose.
yeah, I didn't
No,
realize it was
I've
loose, and I
definitely
hit
done
it,
that
and I'm like,
once.
oh. But I've never had like the yellow with the red, and I be going deep.
Maybe it's because like okay, so like usually when I do it right, like I think like because like I like ride that orgasm I guess or sorry eargasm until like it kind of hurts I guess and that's why because I've been twisting around so much like I cause a lot of friction, and like
His face.
that's what
All right.
maybe that's why. But I will say like back when I used to, like if it was strictly for eargasms I wouldn't do it every day because like when you start doing consecutive days I feel like that's when you're really prone to it just hurting like it doesn't feel good anymore.
I did not realize this was like
A whole
such
thing.
such a common thing. Not like
What, the eargasm?
no, yeah. Like this was like I'm doing it in passing. Like if I'm doing my hair and I'm like, oh yeah, I can get it. Y'all be like committed to going out of your way to get having this
What do you mean?
orgasm,
No, like what I used to do is I Q-tip after every shower.
right?
But that's because kind of low key also because I hate having water in
Wet
my ears.
ears.
Yes,
Like I
agree.
hated that sensation, so I would somewhat Q-tip to kind of absorb the water,
Yeah,
achieve the eargasm if possible,
Yeah,
and
same.
clean any wax if there was wax. But if let's say like Monday, right, I do it, mad wax on it, right?
yeah.
Tuesday, not that much, whatever. Like so, pretty much the primary reason for the Q-tip is just to get the water out and absorb that water.
Same.
Interesting.
Like I don't necessarily use it for cleaning, but I was like, well, since it's already in there, you might as well get that eargasm.
Do you have one queued up, Jalen?
I did, but that
I
just
got
kinda-
lost it
yeah.
again. I think I have one.
Hmm.
But we're at the minute and 2, so probably last one.
Hour and 2 minute mark.
Oh yeah, hour and 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
All right, go ahead. And this off with a good one, Seth.
Yeah. Here, when people don't know their order for fast food,
Bro, I was low key just
Bro.
thinking that. Not even.
you know who
capping.
does this all the time? My freaking dad. I go to Jack in the Box so many times, and this guy always says, "What does Jack in the Box have?"
Like to you?
Yeah. And I'm like,
Uh,
how many times have I gotten you a sourdough jack with no ketchup, bruh? Or like,
that's when you just stop
he'll-
asking.
Yeah,
and just bring him
he'll
that.
always have to like look at the menu, and I'm ready to leave. I'm like out the door, asking, Dad, I'm getting Jack in the Box. You want? And I'm ready to go out the door, and I have to wait like 5 minutes while he pulls up the menu on his phone, and like
Let me get a.
he's like scrolling, trying to find what to get. Like, how many times have we been to Jack in the Box?
I thought of another one. Sorry.
I'll go quick.
Oh,
go
I was
quick,
gonna
yeah.
connect. Make us. All right, like,
Go
can I
ahead,
make a
go
small
ahead.
comment to that? So my friend is a manager at McDonald's, and like, but I've also experienced this before, where like the person in front of me will do this, bro. When they like kind of needlessly not give enough information, or when they like kind of unnecessarily not give enough information about the order. Let's say they pull up, it's like, let me get a drink. It's like, like what though? Like, and then you have to like pry it out of them. It's like, bro, like why can't you just say, oh, let me get a large Sprite, no ice or something? Like
Yeah.
why are you gonna pull up? Oh, let me get a drink, bro. Like, all right, bro. Was that connected to yours?
Yes. So like, I don't want to. Okay, well, I won't say which one I work at, but I work at a Starbucks, and like, I hate it. I've had so many times when someone's like, "Yeah, let me get a frappuccino." Yeah, let me get a frappuccino. I'm like, "Cool, which one?" like, oh, like, but you came in here knowing you wanted a
Yeah.
frappuccino. You don't know what flavor. Like,
When I worked at Starbucks, there was definitely
You worked at
people-
Starbucks too?
Yeah,
Target Starbucks.
Target
Oh, I
Starbucks.
was like, damn, you've been everywhere.
I really
Around the
have.
block.
Yeah, but there'd be people that didn't know there was multiple flavors of frappuccinos, and that shit's like, don't come to the line if you don't know what you're ordering, bro.
No, I remember now. I remember
Like, just take your time to look at the menu.
like I remember the story of why you no longer work there.
Oh yeah, yeah. But then, but yeah, they'd be like, "Yeah, can I get a frappuccino?" I'm like, "Which one do you want?" They're like, "What do you mean? I just want a frappuccino." I'm like, oh my god, bro.
Okay, so
Look at the
like,
menu.
I'm not like a frequent Starbucks goer at all. So like, if I ask that, like, legit, how many variations of a frappuccino is there?
How many different flavors do we
Yeah.
have?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Oh,
like, I'm like, oh, let me
Like,
get like a
there's
caramel.
like
They can be
there's a flavor.
damn near
every-
infinite.
Yeah.
So like, let me get like a caramel frappuccino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like a complete order, or
Yeah.
am I missing something?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Well,
Yeah.
size, but like
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Other than that, like
Yeah.
the drink
Like, give
itself
me a
is
flavor.
complete.
Like, you can't just have a frappuccino.
There is no default frappuccino.
No.
I can go on. Honestly, I have so many work ones now that I can probably go on for a minute.
If you want to.
Okay,
Real
so
quick, just list them off.
all right. When you come up to me and you just start going,
It's
He woke,
personal.
he woke up for this one.
It's personal.
He
Well,
sat
you,
up.
You start going grande americano, like no, hey, how's your day going? Like or anything
no
like
manners?
that. No, like no nothing. You just jumping straight into your order, like
Bro.
that bothers me.
When they're still on the phone, when they're ordering.
Yeah, and
Okay,
I have
there's
to ask
another
you
one.
questions, like, and then you get mad at me that your drink ain't right. Well, no shit, you didn't fucking give me the right order. like another one.
Look inward, bro. You're the one who ordered this. I just made it.
Dude, it's-
Ooh.
I do not speak for the company, but whatever.
Impatient people.
Oh my god.
Dude, yeah. I used to work the morning shift and the Target Starbucks, and I would be alone. And they left me alone for 4 hours in the morning shift, which is like arguably the most busy time.
Right.
And then I'd always do finish one order at a time. I'd never take multiple orders. And then this one dude was like so impatient. He was like, "Are you not gonna take my order?"
Mhm.
And I was like, "Bro, I have to finish this order, bro. Like, relax. You get your drink." And I was pretty like I got a pretty good hang of the things too. So I was like pretty fast.
Right.
Like, and then like people would be like commenting like, "Oh, I'm so sorry you have to do this alone." And we're like, it's
It's
annoying.
okay.
Yeah.
It's not your fault.
Yeah. Just go and there was like a Starbucks down because we worked in a plaza.
Right.
There's like a Starbucks like literally
Across the street, basically.
across the street, but yeah, and, like go to that one.
Right? Oh, that's another one.
Oh, yeah,
when they hit
Cubo.
you with the, how come you don't do it? They do it for me at this store.
Oh.
Go to that fucking store then.
Why you here?
Why you here? I ain't gotta. Don't
Why
give
you
me
here?
this bullshit.
Why are you here when you get no problems at the other one?
Yeah.
An extension of that is like when like they didn't do it like this when I worked there. It's like, well,
Yeah.
you don't
Oh,
work
yeah.
here.
You don't work here no more, my guy.
Things change. I'm sorry we didn't run it by you first.
Hardly working hard or hardly working.
Yeah.
Fuck out of my
don't
line.
necessarily mind that. Oh, when something doesn't scan, I guess it's free. Like,
Oh, my
my
god.
God.
Oh, okay. Not like to be racial, but like a lot of Filipinos have this thing where if you are also Filipino, they assume that you're gonna give them a discount.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no. like,
is that
like,
just a Filipino thing?
I don't know.
I don't know if it's just Filipino thing,
There's
but
probably
because
other
I'm
people do it,
Filipino,
yeah.
I notice it. It's like, especially if they pick up on it, like they're like, are you Filipino? I'm like, oh yeah, I am actually. Oh, Filipino, I'm Filipino too, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
That's great.
Give me discount. They're like,
Yeah.
no, but I'm like a tita. No, I don't know you. Like, oh my goodness.
That's funny, bro. That's like I kind of relate that to like when they just offer like unnecessary information. Not necessarily like a customer or anything, but like let's say you're having a conversation like oh, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Hong Kong. Oh, my parents went to China once. Like, all right, bro.
That's cool.
Oh, I had a layover in China once.
Yeah, like great. You know, like,
Okay. Moving on. Like that shit.
you got any more you want to fire off, Jay? Are you
People
depleted
with
the mag?
super complicated orders
Mm.
don't know
The long ass receipt.
the
orders.
long ass
The sticker on the cup.
Yeah.
that TikTok has created. Don't know why we were doing all that.
Ooh, like TikTok culture. Like
Yeah.
and like super complicated drinks, bro.
Mhm.
I can
I'm not
see
gonna
that.
lie. I got my drink off TikTok though.
Which is fine. No, there
But
are some drinks.
mine isn't complicated though, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm okay with it.
What is
Ordering.
it?
Ice white mocha with caramel drizzle and soft top.
Okay.
Or not
Oh,
soft
the
top,
sweet
but
cream foam?
yeah, sweet cream
Yeah.
foam.
Oh,
A
yeah,
soft top is
that's
Dutch
good.
Bros.
I like that drink too. Don't get me wrong.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Like it doesn't sound like it's that much more
Yeah.
difficult.
In the beginning, it was just because like you knew where it was coming from. Like it wasn't like
Mm-hmm.
somebody.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't an original drink. Like and people
So
were
pe-
expecting
yeah.
you to know what to do.
Oh, like they were saying it without like listing the actual ingredients that went into it.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Can I get a?" Or oh my god, when TikTok first came out, and they would just be like, "Can I get this?" And they just
Oh,
show you
yeah.
the video, and I'm like, "Okay."
I don't got time to watch this.
Yeah,
shit.
like you,
list the ingredients for
don't
me.
they tell you how to order it in there? Like, bro.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like this is what you say when you order it. That's
Yeah.
what the TikTok says. So why are you showing me the TikTok?
Yeah, I remember there was one like I don't know if you know what it, like how to make it like off top, but like I remember there was like
Right.
a Twix frap, but it's not
Oh.
called. It's not a menu item. Like you just
Yeah.
ask for the ingredients separately.
I can't remember what I know. It's
I remember Java chips was
Java
in it.
chip with like toffee nut or hazelnut caramel.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that shit.
Whipped cream top and bottom.
Yeah, but
Whipped cream
like-
blended in.
But like if you went to the barista and you're like, okay, let me get a Twix frap, like they
we
might not
don't
know what that means.
We're not
'Cause
expected to know what that is.
Yeah,
We're
'cause
supposed
it's
to know
like
the menu.
a secret menu item
They-
or whatever.
Starbucks
right?
doesn't have a secret menu.
Yeah.
If you can make it, we can make
if
it.
you have the ingredients on hand, we can combine
Yeah,
any
but-
combination possible.
You know, don't be saying
Yeah.
things
It's
and
like a Chipotle.
coming up with random
Yeah,
names.
like if someone came up with a name or like a accepted name for it within, I don't know, the Starbucks community.
Yeah,
like
which did happen. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Like, yeah. So there's one drink called the honey citrus mint tea. It was originally a secret menu drink that like just became so popular that they actually put it on the menu.
okay, well that makes more sense though. But like if it's some random TikTok trend and they use that
Yeah.
Or like
name
a
the TikToker came
yeah.
up with,
like a James Charles pink drink.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that became like a
the
like
Ace
an honor
Family
like an
drink.
honorary Starbucks item.
like actually on the menu or
No, like if you order a pink drink, they'll understand.
oh like
Yeah.
let me get a Hey Sister drink. Any more, Jay? Any more? Did you
Fire off one last one.
you dump the mag yet, or you still got some more?
I dumped out most of the ones I could think off the top of my head, but like I'm sure any of my coworkers listening to this will be like, "You didn't say this, you didn't say that." But
Yeah,
I mean, hey, if you can think of some that Jay missed, please comment.
yeah.
Comment what it is below.
shout out to Grecia and Gabby and sometimes Francis. He calls our podcast the what did he say? 2 Asians and a half.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, that's my new pet peeve.
yeah.
Get the name right, bro.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on.
not that hard. It's after a TV show, babe.
Yeah, it's literally a knockoff.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
literally one word difference.
Instead of men, it's Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a great place to end it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for tuning in once again. This is your podcast. No, this is our podcast. What am I talking about? But it's late, bro. It's 2
Oh, I
in the
thought you were
morning.
gonna be like,
Yeah, I'm pretty
this is
tired.
your podcast host, like signing off or some
No,
bullshit like
no,
that.
hell no. I'm not doing all that. What else I gotta say? Stream "Stay the Night" by Koi. You know what to do.
Oh yeah.
Follow us.
Shameless plug.
Always. I'm gonna plug that song for the next couple podcasts. But
That's
hope
gonna
you
be
guys
the intro
enjoyed.
and outro music.
Yeah, the new outro. No, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep the same outro music. I love that. All right. Peace out.
Peace.